Today I'm going to be going over what I think is the best LEGO Star Wars set from every Star Wars faction. This is a video idea I've actually had for a few months, I've just never got around to doing it until now. But as always with videos like this, of course I'm excluding UCS sets because that would obviously just be unfair. But starting off all the way back in the Old Republic era with, of course, the Republic, LEGO only released two sets being based off the Old Republic, that being 75025 Jedi Defender class cruiser and 9497 Republic Striker class starfighter. And I'm not going to lie, both these sets are really good, but out of the two, I think 75025 Jedi Defender class cruiser is the better one, and this is by far one of the most unique Star Wars sets ever made. I mean, all the Old Republic sets are super unique, but this one definitely kind of stands out from the rest. The ship itself definitely does have kind of a cartoonish look to it, however, that's actually pretty accurate because in the game, this is a pretty goofy looking ship, I'm not gonna lie, but because of that, it definitely does have some type of charm that I really like. I also love the colorway of the ship. The dark red with the light gray is vibrant and it pops and definitely stands out in a collection. And then not even to mention the minifigure lineup. As you guys know, this comes with some of the coolest and most sought after figures from the Old Republic theme, like the Jedi Counselor, the Jedi Knight, and then of course the Sith Warrior. Overall, this is just a very unique set, and I don't think we're ever going to see something quite like this again. Next up, we have the bad guys to say in the Old Republic, that of course being the Sith Empire. There's technically been two sets based off the Sith Empire, that of course being 9500 Sith Fury class Interceptor and 75001 Republic Troopers versus Sith Troopers, if you want to count it, because the vehicle in the set is technically a Sith vehicle. But out of these two, obviously the Sith Fury class Interceptor is the better one, and not only is it the better one out of these two sets, it's also widely considered to be the best Old Republic set, and I 100% agree with that. I'll talk about the ship first, and it's clearly very reminiscent of a TIE variant, not any specific TIE variant, it just obviously has a very TIE Fighter-esque design, and that's something I've always loved about it because it just looks super mean and aggressive, and I always love Star Wars ships and LEGO Star Wars ships that look like that. But on top of that, this set also of course includes Darth Malgus, a very sought after minifigure that was only ever seen in this set. I mean, he's easily one of, if not the best Sith minifigure LEGO has ever made, and he complements the Interceptor build really well. Now moving on to the prequel era, next up we of course have the Galactic Republic, and as you guys know, there's obviously so many amazing Republic sets LEGO has made over the years, and the obvious go-to choice for most of you would probably be the Republic dropship with AT-OT. However, I disagree with that. I'm actually going to give it to 75021 Republic gunship from 2013. I think as a whole, this set is way more consistent than the Republic dropship with AT-OT, and also it just holds up today in 2025 way better than that set does. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume that most people consider this to be the best Republic gunship LEGO has made, and for obvious reason. I mean, it's just a good looking model. It's big, it looks good on display, has lots of great play features, really everything you'd want in a gunship. However, there is one thing that's always annoyed me with this set, and that has to do with the minifigure lineup, and that's that it only includes one pilot. And I've always just found this really annoying because you either have to leave the second cockpit seat empty or put another figure in there and it just doesn't really look right. I mean, on the front box art, it literally has Obi-Wan Kenobi in the second pilot seat and it just looks kind of dumb. So because of that, I've always wished this set had a second pilot. Maybe it could have just been an 8th figure added on top of the figures we already have, or maybe it could have replaced one of the super battle droids or something. I don't know. I just really wish this had a second pilot just to complete the whole set. But other than that, it is really good. And yes, I do think it's better than the dropship. Next up, we have the Droid Army, or the Separatists, or the CIS, whatever you want to call them. And this one is obviously a no-brainer. It's 7662 Trade Federation MTT from 2007. And yeah, for the past 18 years, this set has really stood strong as the best Separatist set. I mean, obviously, LEGO has made a lot of different great Separatist and CIS sets over the years, but none of them are quite on the same level as this MTT. In 2025, it definitely does look a bit dated, however, it's still obviously a legendary set. And for the year it was released in, being 2007, I would consider this to pretty much be a 10 out of 10. There aren't really many ways they could have made this set any better, and honestly, I think it's going to hold the title as the best Separatist set for a long time. The new MTT coming out this year in August might have a chance to kind of rival it, but honestly, for the most part, I doubt that. I think this one's still going to remain on top. Now moving on to the original trilogy area, starting off with the Rebel Alliance. This was actually pretty tough because over the years, there's been so many amazing Rebel Alliance sets LEGO has made, but I ended up going with 75244 Tandem 4 from 2019. Now hold on, I know most people would consider this to be more of a display set because it had the black box art in 2019, and also it did replace the 2019 May 4th UCS set, which are kind of valid points, I guess. However, this is definitely more of a play set than it is a display set. I mean, it's got a full interior and it literally has stud shooters. They don't put stud shooters on display 18 plus sets, so that's why I'm including it, that I consider this to be a play set. But regardless, the model is freaking beautiful. This is easily the best Tantive they've made. Like I said, it is a playset with lots of functionalities and a nice interior, but it's also an amazing display piece. This thing looks so good. It's extremely detailed, it's very modern looking, and the proportions and shaping are pretty much perfect. And also, I'd even go so far to say this set is actually underrated. As good as it looks, nobody talks about this set anymore for some reason, and I don't really understand why. Next up, we have the Galactic Empire, and like the Rebel Alliance, this one was also pretty hard, but I narrowed it down to two sets, that being 75288 AT-AT and the most recent Star Destroyer from last year, 2024, and I ended up going with the AT-AT. I think this is without a doubt the best AT-AT Lego has made. It's just a very modern, well-made model. It looks great on display. It also has great play features and functionalities. I have seen some people online complain that it does fall over easy, but it's not really as bad as people make it out to be, so that's pretty easy to look over. However, if there was a real complaint I have with this set, it's that it should have included a few more snowtroopers. It only includes 2, which is alright, but I mean, this was a $170 set back in 2020. I think it could have included 3 or 4, but other than that, great set, and I think it's the best Imperial set Lego has made. Now moving on to the sequel era, first up we have the Resistance, and like the Rebellion and Empire, this was also pretty hard. Lego has made surprisingly a lot of good Resistance sets over the years, and the one I ended up picking might be a bit of a hot take, but it's actually 75102 Poe's X-Wing Fighter from 2015. This set was part of the very first Force Awakens wave all the way back in September of 2015, and it's arguably one of, if not the best set that released in that initial wave. I honestly just really love the design of this X-Wing. I think it looks super sleek and clean, and that's actually a common theme with all of these Resistance X-Wings. They just have very clean designs, which I really like, and the reason I chose Poe's here is because I really like the colorway. I don't know what it is, the black and the orange just work so well together, and that combined with the sleekness of the ship is just really awesome to me. And to this day, I think this X-Wing and all of the other Resistance X-Wings are some of the most underrated Star Wars sets. Anyways though, lastly we had the First Order, and unlike the Resistance, this one is kind of a no-brainer. It's of course 75256 Kylo Ren's shuttle from 2019. This is without a doubt the best First Order set Lego has made, and probably just the best sequel set in general. I mean, it's an amazing looking ship, and compared to the old one, it's actually the right color. It's black instead of gray, and the wings actually fold down. It's also got a full interior, pretty much everything you'd want. I mean, this is just a super intriguing and captivating display piece, and I think it's probably going to hold the title for the best First Order set, and really the best sequel set for a long time. Anyways though, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about my picks down in the comments below. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you see them on the screen right now.